Oh, yan. Yan. Ito yung una nating topic, mga kababayan. No? Sabi nga rito, yung bogus na blue ribbon. When the foundation is questionable, everything else follows. Kumaga, si ano kasi nagsabi nito eh. Bastardo daw. Yung bagong blue ribbon committee. 'Di ba? Ang term niya pa nga is illegitimate and bastard. No, yung blue ribbon committee ni Marco Beta. 'Di ba? Kasi gumawa sila bigla ng subcommittee. 'Di ba? Yun yung ginawa nila. So, pag-usapan natin ito mga mandirigma, mga kabirahan natin diyan, mga birador. Yung 18 Marines, no? Dead bagmen and committee under fire. Ma'am Margs ng si Reservoir, shout out. Eto this issue is not really about flood control projects. Hindi to tungkol kay Martin Romualdez. At hindi rin to simpleng political drama. The real question is legitimacy. If a committee was allegedly formed, no, through a controversial process, no, yung hindi pa sigurado, then every action, hearing, and conclusion, no, normal lang, magiging subject sa serious na scrutiny. And when the testimony presented starts collapsing under records, timelines, document facts, the entire narrative begins to look weaker than it first appeared. 'Di ba? Ganun naman yung totoong nangyayari. Mga birador natin diyan. Let me start with a simple question. No? If a basketball game started with a questionable referee decision, no, sa umpisa pa lang, would the losing teams stop questioning the result? Siyempre, hindi. Because legitimacy matters. Process matters. Rules matters. And that is exactly why many people are now questioning what critics called the bastard blue ribbon committee. Biruin mo, bastardo? Anak sa labas, parang ganon. Di ba, Ma'am Chaicher? I am Batman, bossing, Ma'am Brenda Barton. Oh. The argument, mga kaibigan, is actually very straightforward. Sobrang straight. Straightforward siya, no? Mas straight pa sa buhok ni Marco Betang hindi gumagalaw. Walang kapalag-palag. Mas straight pa doon. Kasi before we even discuss flood control, no, kickbacks, personalities, dapat muna nating tanungin kung legitimate ba yung committee itself. Di ba, Ma'am Fanny Reyes? Because if the foundation was already controversial mula pa sa simula, then every product coming from that foundation, naturally, nagiging controversial din. Ganun yung logic doon eh. Di ba? Parang sa spa. Di ba? Oh, sa spa may isang sikat na naigit, na tae. Di ba? Pati yung igit niya, pati yung tae niya sikat eh, sikat sa Facebook. Parang ganun din yon. The problem was already there from the beginning. And this is where the phrases, yung fruit of the poisonous tree often enters legal discussion. Guys, the principle is, simple. Mga biradora, if the source is tainted, yung source, tainted, the product itself become questionable. Ganun yung nangyayari. Tainted eh. So syempre yung lalabas doon na produkto, questionable din. Ang problema, bakit questionable na tapos ikaw pa yung galit? 'Di ba? Parang tinderong nagalit dahil sinabihan na mabaho yung tinda niyang sushi na hiniwa niya doon sa takip ng inodoro. Parang ganun. Now, whether people agree or disagree with that argument, one thing is clear. The legitimacy debate itself has become bigger than the hearing. 'Di ba? Okay. Let's move dun sa part na that created even more headlines. The testimonies themselves, 'di ba? Because this is where things started becoming very interesting. Mas interesting pa kaysa sa clickbait thumbnails na mga tropa nating vlogger. Let's begin with Congresswoman Laila De Lima. She did not say simply deny. She didn't simply deny the accusation. She aggressively pushed back against them. 'Di ba? In fact, mga mandirigma, she reportedly described the allegation as blatant lies and responded dun sa pamamagitan ng pag-file ng legal complaints. Ganun naman kasi yung tamang gawin eh. Ang tanong ko lang, may kaso kaya gagi ka. Oh. Now think about that for a second I-digest nyo. Di ba? If someone is willing to bring the matter into formal legal proceedings, hindi lang puro press conference, then the issue moves into a completely different arena. Because courts operates on evidence. Documents operate on evidence. Hindi sa speculation, hindi sa chismis or rumors, not a dramatic storytelling. Hindi po ganun. And one of the strongest points raised by Senator Laila De Lima herself was very direct. Diba? She basically said, hindi ako nakatanggap ng kickbacks. Whether in a suitcase, paper bag, or any other container. Simple lang yung statement. Simple yung challenge. Show the mother effing proof. Because allegations without evidence, mga kaibigan, no, are like receipts without items listed. Parang pagiging trans ni Sas. Walang patunay na putol na yung ethics. Di ba? Punya, may total ka nga. Wala ka namang detalye. Di ba? And then we arrive at what maybe one of the most damaging contradiction. Yung kay Senator Tito Soto, can you imagine that? Di ba? Mga mandirigma, alam ko all of you or most of you narinig na yun eh. Oh. This part is it almost sounds unbelievable. Hindi ka panipaniwala. Parang sinabi mo dun sa misis mo, yung palusot mo sa misis mo, si Yaya nabuntis ng driver natin. Eh putya, wala naman kayong sasakyan. Parang ganun. Kasi one witness allegedly identified an aide named Mark. Ito talagang, hindi si Boss Mark ibang Mark yon, as being connected to the supposed transaction. Yun yung sinabi. Di ba? But, syempre, sumagot si Senator Soto. According to him, the individual being referred to had already passed away years earlier. Sige, namnamin nyo. Biruin nyo, pinagbintangan. Na yun yung tumanggap ng pera. Dead balls na pala nung panahon na yon. Years nang patay. If the timeline is accurate, then we have a serious credibility problem. Dapat nakikita natin yan. Di ba, Boss Densable? Ma'am Nori? Green Ribbon Committee. Correct. Because dead people generally do not participate in future transaction. Impossible. Parang nanalo ka raw sa swimming competition. Ang problema, basketball court yung venue. Parang ganon. Nanalo ka? Paano? The story immediately starts raising questions. And it gets even more complicated because yung reports also pointed to timeline inconsistencies. Biruin mo yung ginawa niyong kabalbalan dyan sa Green Ribbon Committee nyo, kabaklaan. Oh, yun yung involving periods when Soto allegedly was not even occupying the position necessary para ma-impluwensya niya at makakuha siya ng mga proyekto na sinasabi. Paano nangyari yun? Hindi pa siya nakaupo noon during that time. Again, mga birador, this is where facts become dangerous. Diba? Delikado. Delikado yan. Oh, mas delikado pa dun sa sinabi ng boyfriend mo. Ay, inaantok lang ako, bro. Matutulog lang tayo sa Sogo. 10 minutes lang, inaantok lang talaga ako. Delikado yun. Huwag kayo maniniwala ron. No? Huwag kayo maniniwala walang mangyayaring doon. Because facts do not care about narratives. Facts do not care about scripts. Facts simply sit there waiting to be verified. And if timeline starts falling apart, syempre yung mga testimony starts losing weight, nawawalan ng bigat. Parang sasakyang yung maganda yung pintura, pero nawawala naman ng makina. Mukhang impressive sa labas, pero may problema sa loob. Pero, what an example. Syempre, ako pa ba naman, mag-example ba tayo ng ganun-ganun lang? Hindi nga ako nakapaghanda eh. Ito kasi si Boss M ang aga pa lang ibabato. Hindi, nasa labas din kasi ako. Kaya kung ano-ano na lang tuloy example natin, no? Ma'am Caroline, shout out. Oh. Pero teka lang, there is another issue that may even be bigger. May even be, mas malaki, even be bigger. The credibility of some witnesses themselves. Oh, ayun no. According to sa mga records na cited by some of the critics, sabihin na lang natin, several of the supposed witnesses reportedly had military service issues. May mga issues pala tong mga tukmol na to, including dishonorable discharges case. Pero muna discharge kayo, tapos bayani, kingin ng redefine ang meaning ng bayani ng hero. And even more surprising yung allegations, even that yung ilang minuto na, baka matagal na discussion natin may mga ibang individuals na hindi rin Marines. We're not actually Marines at all. Now, mga mandirigma natin, if that is proven accurate, that becomes a serious problem. Because credibility is everything, especially in hearing, in accusations, especially when reputations are being challenged. Di ba? Parang may nagtuturo ng swimming lesson pero hindi naman pala marunong lumangoy. Pati siya malulunod eh. Natural, magtatanong yung mga tao. Natural, magkakaroon ng duda. Natural, hihingi ng ebidensya. Because credibility is currency of testimony. Without credibility, every statement receives heavier scrutiny. Without credibility, every allegation faces tougher questions. Without credibility, every narrative becomes harder to sell. Ang hirap ibenta. And these things, no? It brings us back to the original issue. Not flood control, not personalities, not political alliances. The bigger issue is whether the evidence can survive examination or nga. Because in democracy, mga kaibigan, kagaya na sinabi ko, accusations are easy. 'Di ba? Napakadali lang 'yan. Parang paghingi mo ng ayoko. Madali lang kasi yung paghingi mo ng sa bading. Parang wag na. Press conferences are easy. Headlines are easy. 'Di ba? But evidence is where everything gets tested. Diyan yan nasusubok. And if the evidence survives scrutiny, then the truths get stronger. Isn't it? Di ba? But if contradiction keeps appearing, then people will naturally continue asking questions. Because, let's admit, no matter how dramatic the presentation may be, facts still matter. Records still matter. Timelines still matter. Truth still matter. Walang boka-boka, dak-dak na kung ano-ano. Facts, records, timelines, truth. Kaya, mga birador, remember this. A strong accusation cannot compensate for weak evidence. Never. Diba? A dramatic hearing cannot replace a documented facts. Hindi kayang palitan. Parang buhok ni Marcoleta nung nawala, napanot siya, wala. Hindi kaya palitan ng wig. Hindi na natural, wala ng bounce. Ganun yun. At syempre, a compelling story cannot defeat a verified timeline. Because, in the end, mga birador natin dyan, politics may create noise, personalities may create headlines, but evidence creates truth. Yun yung pinaka-foundation dyan. Andiyan ba si Ma'am Delia? Ma'am Delia Rosario, shout out. Ma'am Margs. And when truth, syempre, finally enters the room, kahit gaano kalakas ang script, kahit gaano kaingay ang drama, facts will always demand the final word. Facts. And facts matter. And the truth of the matter is, wala tayong sound effect. Hindi, ayusin natin. So, ayan, yan yung ating unang tatalakayin. Ay, bakit wala dito? Dapat naka-add dito. Ayan, para kita natin yung topic natin. So, ayan, shoutout po sa mga bagong dating, no? Welcome. Tataniman na ng ulo niya. Ano? Tataniman na yung ulo niya. Hindi ko, saan yan? Ano yan? Si Mama Brenda, si Ma'am Delia Rosario, si Boss Jordan, nandyan, Team FR, syempre. Guys, syempre of course, pabor na lang, no, dun sa Birahan PH, pakisuportahan na lang natin yung ating Birahan PH. Pagka hindi pa kayo nag-like, i-like nyo na. Huwag kayong papalugi dyan sa katabi nyo. Yung katabi nyo, nilike na eh. Di ba? So, i-like na po natin.